Morning Oxygener. I have come once again in front of you with a new content, with a new start. That is, I'm going to tell you a story, of course, a moral based story, where the title of the story is Little Children Are Wiser Than Adults. Yes. Little children are wiser than adults, and the story is adapted from Leo Tolstoy. So it's all about a two little Russian girl. Springtime. Both were dressed in their best attire as it was a festive occasion. I mean Christmas, and they both completed their first mass in church and came out. They both were very good friends, and both were looking very colorful. And as they came out of the church, they were admiring each other's dress. As Akulia, the older one, older of the two, was dressed in a beautiful yellow frock, whereas Malasha, the younger one, dressed in all blue. So both were looking really very sweet, cute, little flowers, you can say. So both decided to play games. Uh, Actually, as usual, as they are two best friends, they live to near to each other, so they play every day. It's nothing very new, but as it was a festive occasion, it was very special for them, and so they thought of making this day more enjoyable and more funny actually. So as they were strolling and was thinking about what game they should play, so suddenly they came across, they came near a pool. They came near a pool, and Malasha proposed Kolia that why don't we actually wade in the water. So as Malasha proposed, Akulia readily agreed. So no sooner Malasha proposed, Malasha herself stepped into the pool without removing her stockings and shoes. So Akulia, being the older one, just forbade her not to do so and stopped her from doing that and helped her to remove her stockings and shoes. And the same she did, and then both of them happily were wading through the water. So, as they were doing so and having fun, laughing, singing, screaming, suddenly Malasha slipped. Malasha slipped and splashed water and mud on Akulia's new dress. So Akulia's new dress was badly stained with mud. Akulia got very much angry and she started screaming at Malasha. So Malasha said, "Did I do it deliberately? Was it my intention? It wasn't my intention. I slipped, na. I slipped. So for that reason, the water and mud splashed on your dress, ruining your dress. I didn't do it intentionally." As they both were arguing, uh, Akulia's mother was happened to be uh, happened to be passing that way. So she stopped and noticed that her daughter's dress was badly stained with mud. So, without thinking a second, she came towards near to Malasha and caught hold of Malasha and shook her very roughly and said, "How dare you? How dare she ruin her daughter's dress?" As Akulia's mother shook her very roughly, So, a small girl, naturally, she started crying. And hearing the noise, Malasha's mother happened to come out of the house. And as she noticed that her daughter is crying, she asked her the reason. I mean, daughter was crying. She asked her the reason as why is she crying? Why was she crying? So Malasha related the whole story as what happened. Without thinking a second, once again, without thinking a second, Malasha's mother turned to Akolia's mother and started squabbling. Both of them started quarreling in such a way that bit by bit, gradually, the quarrel began to grow bigger. Without no reason, they started uh, throwing rubbish at each other, dragging their family members, dragging their old grannies, like they were fighting like cats and dogs. Soon, as naturally this happens when we find quarreling, when we find somebody is fighting or quarreling, we others just take interest and actually have fun in it. So what we do, we try to kindle more in them that that anger. And what do? We take the side of the both either of the side where we people favor to. Now, like this way, the neighbors bit by bit came, village men and village women, and some took the side of Akulia's mother, while others took the side of Malasha's mother. So, and the just quarrel went on, growing bigger, with numerous filthy words and humiliating each other by dragging their parents, grandparents, and so on, etc., etc. While these adults were quarreling and the neighbors took the sides of Akulia's or Malasha's mother, those neighbors who some neighbors favored Akulia's mother, whereas others favored Malasha's mother. So these way were the quarrel grew. And while these were happening, the two little girls forgot their quarrel, forgot their fighting, forgot what they were doing. They started playing together again. Happily, they were floating their paper boats in the pool. So when and this fighting, this squabbling was going on, but the two girls were playing near them only. So as the fighting, was going on, Malasha's, was it Malasha's? No. An old woman was watching this whole scenario from a distance. Now that old lady came slowly towards them, near to them, and requested them not to squabble in such a way. And then when they were not listening to that old lady, suddenly the old lady screamed, as actually in a commanding nature. She screamed, she said, "Stop!" And as she said, stop in a commanding nature, both of them came to a halt along with the village folks. The old lady pointed that two girls who were playing happily together, floating their paper boats in the water. So what did the old lady said? Shame on you people. See those little girl. They forgot their fight. They forgot their quarrel. They again became friends and started playing happily. And what you adults are doing? Don't you all feel shame? There's a big thing to learn from this. Children, this is what actually children are innocent at heart, right? Children are pure and innocent at heart. So they don't keep their quarrels or fights long last. They forget very soon, and very soon they become friends. Why we adults do such things? What are we up to? Why are we humiliating each other? Actually, the moral of the story lies we should not fight with one another. We should not fight with one another, and we should not say anything morally wrong or bad against each other. This is the moral of the story. Why can't we like belittle children? As what are we gaining by using these filthy words? What are we gaining by making filthy stories? By making filthy stories and humiliating each other, by dragging the adults, by dragging those person who doesn't survive, who doesn't exist now. Why do we do so? What are we up to over here? We are fighting and making the others, the normal viewers, making the people take the fun of this. We are selling our dignity like anything, like chatpatas. Yes. Is this our class? Is this our class? Why shall we use abusing words? Sorry, abusive words, abusive words, not abusing. Why shall we use abusive words? Do we know each other? Anyways, it's actually I thought of that I can't stop people who really actually use their mother tongue. The mother tongue, I mean, in the form of slangs. Actually, these people are used to with this mother tongue. So what am I trying to stop them for? It's their way of speaking. The speech which they have inherited from their parents, from their grandparents. So they are going to use that only now. Who the hell am I to stop them? Who the hell am I to tell them please stop using such words? It's their right. They have the right to speech. If they speak in their mother tongue which they have inherited, so-called slangs, I can't stop them. And neither do I have the right to stop them. So, I have learnt a good lesson from this story and I shall do accordingly. That I won't fight. Neither I will say anything morally wrong or bad against each other. Let them bark. So, Oxygeners, hope you all enjoyed the story, and actually stories just a way of expressing my moral speech which I want to deliver to you people. Um, so, love you all. Be with me. Bus. That's it.